are these girls?
They're supposed to be making us look cool.
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
Your turn, Mike!
Don't ever do that.
I could do anything that they could do.
Is it okay?
Oh, she looks like burn victim Barbie.
And you're Black Ken.
Throw it down.
Now.
Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is directed by Jake Szymanski and stars Adam DeVine and Zac Efron. And pretty much what this movie is, it's another Zac Efron comedy like Dirty Grandpa. And most people didn't really want to see this because I think I was the only one that didn't exactly hate Dirty Grandpa. But one of my issues with not seeing it is I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because it was either going to be really bad or really good. So right from the get-go, it just tells you what it's going to be. It's going to be a stupid comedy and you're going to love it. That's pretty much what it comes out and says. Like most dumb comedies that are pretty much advised to be stupid, they're going to make sure that you know that they're not being serious. Unlike most comedies that are pretty much just made to be stupid, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates has a lot of narrative heft and more genuine jokes than you would imagine. And Adam DeVine was in Pitch Perfect. I'm not a big fan of that series, but he was in one of my favorite movies, The Final Girls, and that is one of the main points that I wanted to see it. And Zac Efron's been on a roll for me lately. I, again, was the only one that liked We Are Your Friends and Dirty Grandpa. I thought that those two movies were both pretty decent midnight movies that you can enjoy. One of my biggest issues with this film is with no doubt the editing. The editing means pretty much voiceovers and other things. One of my biggest pet peeves were the voiceovers. They would have an actor from the back, like their forehead was facing the screen, and they would try to add these horrible voiceovers, and you could just look at their lips and hear the words, and they just did not go together. And the editing on that portion was just atrocious. And Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick are two very funny girls. So when I saw that they were also going to be in this movie with Zac Efron and Adam DeVine, with no doubt in my mind, I got really excited because Anna Kendrick in The Voices with Ryan Reynolds, she was great. And Aubrey Plaza in Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron, she was one of my favorite parts of that movie. And from when they actually get to Hawaii, there's a bit of suspense because the trailers pretty much got it to be the girls are crazy, or the guys think the girls are crazy. So it's a bit of suspense because the girls are impressing the family and you're just waiting for them to mess up. And from the second act, you find out that no one is innocent in this movie, which I have never seen before, because in every comedy, there's always just this one innocent person, and in this one, it was the bride. But in the second act, you find out that she is pretty much the dirtiest person in this movie, which I've never necessarily seen before because usually when they say that the girl is innocent, she's usually innocent, and that's really the end of that. But God, it was quite the scene. My biggest issue with Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, behind the horrible editing, was the inconsistent amount of jokes. It didn't necessarily know when to change tones. Sort of like Krampus, it would just kind of snap its fingers and it'd be in a completely different mood. And the jokes are a bit jumbled. Some of them are gross potty humor, some of them are genuinely funny jokes, and some of them are a little PG. So the writing in this one needs a ton of work, and the pacing is very odd. Because one second you're a bit of a happy, lighthearted comedy, the next you're a dirty, gross, uncomfortable comedy. And 90% of the jokes are said more than once. Like, there are some sexual things that go on that you just never stop hearing about. There are things that go on between cousins and rivalries that you just don't stop hearing about. It's pretty much like a story that you've heard 1,000 times. You think it's kind of funny, but then you just sort of give up on it. Overall, it markets itself to be a new comedy, brand new, fresh, great cast, brand new story, true story, and it pretty much lets you down with the cast, the jokes, the narrative, cinematography, the editing. It lets down on a ton of stuff. They have beautiful set pieces and they don't really do anything with that. The cast has great chemistry and they only do try and kind of bring the entire cast together at the end. But other than that, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is a decent comedy at best, but it is one that I will be buying just to be kind of a fun movie to watch here and there. But other than that, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is not anything special, and it's not like you need to race out of your house right now to go see it. So I'm going to give Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, God, I've been saying that title a ton, but I'm going to give Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates a C. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go check out my Mind's Eye review, also my Swiss Army Man review that I recently let out. Those are two fun, well, Mind's Eye isn't fun, indie movies, and I will hopefully be having a Purge election year review, and my top 10, top 12 favorite horror movies. I will be doing a top 12 favorite horror movies video, so keep your eyes on the lookout for that.
Oh my God, this girl straight and this girl nah, tipsy off that piece of rock like ching-a-lang-lang, ching-a-lang-a-lang-lang, jeans so tight I can see loose change.